on time, and then so it does not say you come here to exchange. For your counter one,
yes.
Was he ever served with anything?
Yes.
Two ex-partners, 2 conflicting restraining orders, and 1 massive legal headache. Today, we're diving into a high-stakes standby call that goes south the moment the wheels stop turning. She thinks she's just picking up her clothes. He claims she's a dangerous intruder, violating a court order. With a child in the middle and body cams rolling, one small distance mistake is about to lead to a life-changing arrest. Is it a genuine misunderstanding or a calculated provocation? Let's break down the chaos.
So I already know. I've dealt with them before. I know they were splitting. There's supposedly a restraining order, and I got to find out what's going on with. I got you, but I also got to find out who has the restraining against who.
Aaron, my son, Garcia, has a restraining order against her. She's not supposed to be there.
She's saying that she has it against him. I'll look at the paperwork to verify. I don't know who does.
He's on his way.
Okay.
He's about maybe 5 minutes away.
I got you, because she called us to come here and meet her to get some stuff, but I understand. Hello.
Hi, sir.
So, restraining order wise, who has the restraining order against who?
We both have it against each other. I called to retrieve.
No, I understand. So
He told me just to wait here and not to make contact, so I've been here in the car.
So, but if you, and you're not living here anymore, correct?
No.
Okay. Okay. So on the restraining order, do you have your copy with you?
No.
No?
No, not with me. I might have an email, but I called my attorney and they told me that.
Okay. Can we talk over here real quick? Especially she doesn't have to listen while we're talking. If you want to break that, see if you have the email also, so we can see it.
Sure.
Because stipulations matter. You got to realize if you have it against each of you,
Yes.
and it says on his you're not supposed to be within so much distance of here, this is going to be too close. You can't. Your attorney. You need to read those. Do you have your copy of the one that you were served with from him?
Let me see. Because they told me to come and just not make not make contact.
You have to follow what the restraining order says.
Okay. So what do I do?
Do you have your copy? So I'm gonna have him give me his copy. He just got here.
Oh, okay.
So I have to see his too. Do you have your copy of your restraining order, sir?
Sure do.
If I can get that from you.
Just give you a heads up, she is in violation.
Go inside, get me. I know, I'm
Can we go
aware.
inside?
I'm going to stay here because I'm keeping an eye on her too. She's supposed to be getting her copy. Supposedly you both have one. Each you have one against each other. I just want to.
So mine is currently in place right now. We haven't gone to court to talk about her counter,
But if you were served with the temporary, even before court, that would still be in place. That's why I got to
hers.
verify.
Yeah, mine's still in place. Hers is
got you.
not. But yeah, let me get you.
And I got to find. Like I said I want her. She's supposed to be looking hers up.
May I ask why? What is she doing here?
So she actually called us saying she had stuff here. She was waiting for us. She called us. So going off the restraining order, if she still has stuff here, she can call us for a standby. She's supposed to park further away and wait for us to show up.
Am I supposed to get a notification?
So we would show up and we would knock on the door. And if you're not here, we would tell, look, if they're not here,
Yeah,
you got to take
I
off.
just rushed from.
I got you. No, I understand. So she wouldn't because she's not allowed to contact you. We haven't been able to because we're stuck. We're just busy. That's why we hadn't come out to this call
But the
yet.
attorneys do all the conversating, and then that's how we.
Her attorney is the one who told her to come here and just not go inside, to just stay outside and stop. So
the logs have been changed. So I don't understand how she's broken in.
Show it to him, and then we'll do the rest.
yeah, I said there's a lot of little idiosyncrasies on this stuff.
Yeah.
Look for yours. I'm going to see if she's got hers yet. So for your counter one,
Yes.
was he ever served with anything?
Yes.
Was he served with, you guys have a court date, or served with this is a temporary?
To be honest, I'm not too sure.
Who supposedly served him? So when you filed for your counter,
He was served.
when? By who?
That the next day it was the next day.
Do you know by who?
No, but I think it was the service with the La Casa.
Okay, they sent someone to serve him?
I believe
Okay,
so.
so I need to see your copy so I can see what your stipulations say. And when did you move out of here?
I guess it must have been on the 5th or 6th of December.
Okay. What stuff do you still have here?
I clothes, purses, shoes, all kinds of stuff.
And he just straight them.
Officer, she's already been picked up once.
She's been a prisoner already to jail already.
So I completely understand. And like I said, I have to physically see it though, so I can see what if you had a physical copy, if you have a digital copy, either one works. So I can see what the stipulations are. And when she says she basically, you told her to get out, and about December 5th was the last time she was here, but she still has a bunch of her clothes and shoes and things like that still here.
Well, we never talked about it. I
So
just
she still has lots of her.
Please stop. I got to talk to you. You're kind of in the middle, but I understand you're here because of him.
well,
I got you.
she is a resident here.
And that's fine. But the situation's between the two of you, and there's certain civil things I got to make sure that when she left, that's why I want to see your paperwork, see what it says, because all that makes a huge difference on stuff. You said you guys never talked about her getting her stuff or anything?
No. Hold on. Let me talk. Between the attorneys, I started bringing her clothes.
Okay.
So, yes, we've already been doing that.
Okay.
Now we've been civil about it. The attorneys have been pleasant, and the last time we were at the attorneys, all four of us, I did bring her some clothes.
Okay.
Now, my concern is that she's a danger to me. Now, why didn't the attorneys talk about it? And why
I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with that part. Yeah, that part I don't know about, but because there's other small things that come with residency wise that affect what I can and cannot do, what she can and cannot do, and so forth.
So this is the latest restraining order.
Awesome, thank you.
Nothing has changed since then. I would like to press charges, and if you guys can book her again, she's not supposed to be here or near me, let alone be inside my house. This was the same reason why she was booked the last time, for failure to abide by it.
While you're looking, I'm going to see if she got anything as well. Did you find paperwork?
I found this one, but it's like the stipulated. It's stipulated for me to come here and drop her off and stuff. And I didn't go inside the property line or anything.
He's got cameras, so we can always look anyhow. So it doesn't. This does not say you can come here for exchange. This says you get her from the release of school Friday on Mondays, whereas the respondent shall drop the child off at school on time. And then, so it does not say you come here to exchange.
Okay.
It says it does change, like I think your guys' custody aspect, but not where you can go do the exchange. So even back here, you shall pick the respondent, you shall pick the child up from school, not here. And you don't drop him off here. I think he picks her up from school as well.
So what's going to happen?
I'm still trying to get his paperwork because you guys have your court date keeps getting delayed. Correct? Okay. So for his temporary, you guys haven't gone to he's still on a temporary, right?
We both are, I believe.
Okay, you're both on temporary restraining orders against one another, and his just keeps getting postponed for whatever reason through the courts.
I believe so.
Okay. So you're in public? Anything visible from public is allowed? Yes.
If this is public, am I okay then?
No, because yours specifically says that you cannot come within 100 yards of here.
If it's 100 yards? Or where's
100 yards is a football field. Your lawyer, you need to talk to them, and they need to be aware. And he might have told you, and you misheard. Because you can call for the standby like you're saying. But that would be, you park up the road, you wait at Walmart to meet us something, and then we escort you in. Because when we escort you in, you're okay. So give me a few minutes. I got to get his paperwork and see if we can get this sorted out, okay? Have you been served at all with any paperwork from her for her counter? Has your lawyer been?
Yes.
Okay. Make certain that if the lawyer's got it, you have a copy so you know what you, for stipulation, so you know what you can and can't do just in case.
I do have that.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure you have the that info on there. Here's your ID back, sir.
And after you receive your, let me show it to him, the officer, because you can walk in the house and see what she has done.
So you have cameras, right?
Yes, sir.
She's claiming she has not gone on the property. She's just stayed parked there. I don't see anything in the car that would be consistent with whatever was rolled out. The lock is open. I haven't gone close enough to say it's broken
I'll
or
look
not.
at the cameras and we'll...
Yeah, that's the thing. She's got cameras, so we can take a look. And if she's not lying, then that part is kind of ruled out. But that's what I was saying. If you have cameras, that's the great thing about cameras.
So, what has she's been here for an hour. What has she been doing?
Waiting for us. Because she literally called us at, I think it was 3:28, saying she'd be over in this area in 20 minutes. That needed to get some of her items. I guess her passport's inside and her driver's license. If you have that, know where it is.
We've been arguing about this for the past 6 months. I do not have that.
Okay. Keep those. I'm going to have you send those here in a minute with the link. But no, she's been sitting out here, from my understanding, waiting for us. Because that's what her lawyer said she can do. And technically she can. If she would have been waiting at Walmart.
Or at least communicated with me. I would have.
So she can't communicate with you.
No, the lawyers.
Yeah,
The lawyers could have
absolutely, they should. I agree, but beyond that, if she needs a standby, and like say she does say, because you say she does clothes here, and said, "Do I have some clothes I wanted to grab?" She could call us. Wait at Walmart. We meet with her. What are you needing? Okay, he has a restraining order against me. There's a counter. We would come here with her. We would make contact if you're here, and say, "Hey, she's wanting to get some of these clothes. Can you come in with her?" And we just scoop it up and get out, because she can only get a little bit of stuff with us. We don't let people grab everything, because it's basic stuff. And then she'd leave, and she would not be in violation because she met
full
with us first.
disclosure, we already went through this. She already went and took all her hygienic personal belongings.
But if she's here to get a few small items, like I said,
there's nothing here. I can walk you through the house. There's all her stuff is almost practically gone.
I got you. And that's the thing, though, is if she has some things, that's where
Has she told you specifically?
she says
what?
clothes and shoes was the main thing she mentioned to me.
Okay.
And
if you want to walk in there with me, there are none of her shoes.
So today she's gonna be arrested. I'm letting you know that. I just don't. I didn't want to let her know. I'm not. That's why I was waiting for him, because she is in violation. Either she misheard or her lawyer told her absolutely wrong.
Right.
It's one or the other. Because she said I was told to just hang out and wait for you guys, but it's within 100 yards. And she said, well, how far is that? Even if she hadn't, if she called us first and she was, like I said, say at Walmart, we could escort her over here to find out if she tells us what she's supposed to get, because we wouldn't know. And then if you let us walk through and we see there's nothing, then it's like, hey, that's not here.
Right.
You need to take off? Okay, leave. She wouldn't be in violation because she had law enforcement here.
Right.
But it's because she's over here. So, this means you will be needing to take custody of daughter.
That's fine.
So,
I've been doing it for the past week anyways. And she lives here anyways.
yeah. And she showed me the change on that. So that's where I said I can see if she can have someone come pick it up. Otherwise, we'll talk with her on it, because it's not legally parked.
Right.
It's way too far away from the curb. I can't let her drive it for it. But and I wouldn't want you to, because then she makes any claims.
Right.
So we'll deal with that here in a minute. I'm gonna have her come out. RO violation. She did. And if you could look at your cameras just to make sure she didn't.
Yes, sir.
While we're dealing with this part. So your lawyer's on the phone, right?
Yes.
What's your lawyer's name?
Mick Gutierrez.
Mr. Gutierrez, you on the phone?
Yes, sir. How are
So-
you doing? Who am I speaking?
Officer Brown, Las Cruces Police Department.
Hey, thanks, officer, for speaking to me.
So,
So,
what did you tell her?
well, I don't know what's going on other than she had gone to the police department, requested that she have the police accompany her so that she could remove personal items from
Yes.
the home in which there's a restraining order.
Yes, and
She picked up her kid, I suspected, then went over there and was waiting for the police.
so the issue is, do you have her copy of the restraining order, or does she have one?
Oh, she should have one. I mean,
Okay.
I tell her to keep one in her car.
You need to
one
keep it,
on
you
her,
need to read it.
And I'm not in the office.
I got you.
Officer Brown. I
So-
just got home.
The issue is, she's about 10 feet from the property, is where she stopped and waited. And the stipulation specifically says she cannot come within 100 yards of here. Even if she calls us, she has to wait until we meet with her and we verify everything and we come over here with her. So if she'd parked at Walmart, parked several blocks away and waited for us, would be absolutely fine. She's parked right next to the property, in front of the property. That's the issue. That's the violation.
And she's okay. She probably didn't understand that.
I got you, and that's why it clearly says it in there. If you read it, it says a distance. And if you have to look it up, you have to look it up.
When I called the police department, they told me to come and just wait and not make contact.
And you, though, are an adult, and you are required to know what your restraining order says and where you are allowed to and not allowed to be. Just because a dispatcher tells you, oh, go wait in front, that does not circumvent the restraining order.
Okay.
You have to follow it, because that is following a judge's order.
Circumvent it, Officer Brown.
No.
But it'll create problems down the road, I'm sure. So,
But she's an adult, and she knows how, and she
you
can
want
read
to
it.
Proceed.
I don't get to choose. She has to get arrested. Our policy and everything, this is not one we get to choose on.
All right, I'll deal with that, and I'll deal with everybody that's involved. But thank you for calling and
Okay.
speaking to me.
Do you want the case number for this as well while you're on the phone?
No, I don't know. Oh, do you want to give it to me?
That's what I was asking. I'm going to go to 2 real quick.
Oh, hold on. Hold
Yep.
on. I'll go into my house.
It is. You want to?
Yeah. I appreciate that.
I'm direct. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. And what I mean by circumvent, meaning they may be meaning to tell you wait up the road, but they're not clear with it. It's why you have to read your restraining order, what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. And if this was one that we had an option, we would, but we do not. Okay? Do you have someone you can call to pick up the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he allowed to touch the vehicle?
No, he's not going to, because we'll step over here just so you're going to call still. I'm not putting you in cuffs or nothing yet. Call someone while we're here and see if we can get this so they can come pick it up.
Okay.
So daughter is going to have to stay with him because he's the next in charge for it. I don't want to tow your vehicle, and that's why I was saying we can't move it, and we wouldn't want him to touch it or his mom or nothing. But because of where it's sitting at, we need someone to pick it up,
Okay.
or it has to get towed. And I'd rather you get something. Like I said, I'm not trying to make things difficult for you guys.
Okay. Can I make the call right here with you?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I was just making sure she wasn't gonna change her mind to go a different direction. All right, I'll take the phone so I can make certain.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we go on this side?
You want to go to the far side?
No.
You're cooperative. That's fine by me.
All right.
I'll take the contacts also, because I'll add that into the property.
Okay. Do you need my footers?
No, but I have a.
Okay.
I have a trash.
Lipstick.
Hand it back real quick.
This case serves as a stark reminder of the zero tolerance policy that has become the industry standard for air travel post-pandemic. While the defendant repeatedly cited her brother's terminal illness and her own medications as mitigating factors, the legal system rarely views emotional distress as a valid defense for criminal mischief and physical battery. From a legal standpoint, once she admitted on bodycam to hitting the monitors with her phone, and we saw the footage confirming she struck staff, her fate was essentially sealed. Let's break down the financial and legal reality of what she's facing. Even though the GOA-owned computer was miraculously still functional after being plugged back in, Southwest Airlines chose to move forward with charges for their equipment and the battery against their employee. In Florida, criminal mischief can be elevated to a felony if the damage exceeds $1,000. And with professional-grade airport monitors priced at $500 apiece, she was teetering right on that edge. Furthermore, the charge of resisting without violence often stems from the exact behavior we saw here: tensing up, refusing to walk, and pulling away during the escort. It doesn't take a punch to the face of an officer to catch a resisting charge. Simply making their job harder through physical squirming is enough. The irony here is palpable. In her desperate attempt to get to her dying brother, her actions ensured she would be sitting in an Orange County jail cell rather than a hospital room. It raises a difficult question for all of us. At what point does personal grief stop being an excuse for public endangerment? The airport is a federal environment where emotions run high, but the law remains cold and calculated. Was the officer too rough in his handling, or was his get-to-the-ground warning a necessary response to a suspect who admitted to being violent just minutes prior? This woman now faces a permanent spot on internal no-fly lists, likely making her a persona non grata for Southwest and potentially other carriers, alongside the mounting legal fees and court-ordered restitution for the damaged tech. It's a heavy price to pay for a moment of lost control. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the officers handled her fairly given the circumstances? And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Your support helps us keep bringing you the truth behind the yellow tape. Thanks for watching.